We are live, the home of the Trailblazers in beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Trailblazers will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Portland.
Well, guys, it's go time. These are two teams whose rivalry goes back a ways, and anytime you renew it, fans are in for a treat.
And, you know, it promises to be another testy encounter between them. The build-up to the game has been pretty intense. I think everybody's expecting some volatility on the floor today.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Baines in at the 5 spot. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact. You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down now.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Shot clock at 6. Green kicks to Leonard. Offline with his 3.
Well, head coach Greg Popovich, a big believer in what he calls corporate knowledge, the idea that continuity breeds success through players truly understanding the system at a deep level.
Parker kicks to Green. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Duncan, the pass to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Here's Aldridge. Banked in off the glass. Aldridge has got his second basket.
It's going to be tough for the defense today. If he's got his A game rolling here tonight, we'll see.
Leonard dishes to Baines. Duncan outside. Here's Leonard. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Another miss by Leonard.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Aldridge. It's stolen by Duncan. And finished off by Leonard.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Aldridge, no luck.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Duncan. And that one is stuffed right through.
The D might need to body him up a little better next time. Get into him some.
Yeah, Clark, they need to be a little bit more physical. You're
Yeah,
right.
you can't play this game soft.
Yeah, but guys, you got to give him some credit for attacking when he had the chance. Damian Lillard, a scoring point guard, great three-point shooter, able to hit from deep range off the dribble, you name it. And of course, hit probably the biggest shot of the playoffs last year, that game winner that ended the series against Houston.
Wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
Afflalo outside. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And another three for Portland. And for Lillard, not just a long-range threat, he's great running that pick and roll, driving and kicking to set up his teammates.
Yeah, he's really excellent in ball handling situations in that pick and roll. I mean, he can get his shot if guys go under. He can split the screen. He can create shots for other people. He's a real handful, and his athleticism is very sneaky, scary.
Now here's Afflalo, averaging 13 points a contest. A shot by Batum, no good. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got his first points of the game.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
Aldridge and Lopez are down low. Damian Lillard out there with Afflalo. And it's Batum in the three spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time. That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
Lillard attacking. Shot is off. Good D by Parker.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Well, for Tim Duncan and the Spurs, an incredible legacy of dominance in his 17 years in the league. The Spurs have never won less than 61% of their games, not to mention, of course, 5 finals appearances and 4 NBA championships.
Here's Leonard. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A look now at the 2K leaderboard to find out which small forwards have had the hottest second halves of the season from the field. Second is Kawhi Leonard.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe it. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You've got to get it inside some, too.
Chris Kamen's checked in for Lopez. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, Robin Lopez has always been just a little bit different. He feels at home in Portland, where the city slogan says, "Keep Portland weird." Coach Stott said there aren't too many towns that have that slogan. Portland's a perfect fit for him and vice versa. Lopez definitely marches to the beat of his own drum, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Lopez always a bit of an eccentric, but the Blazers love his impact on the court. And Parker drops them both. And Lillard kicks to Batum. Here's Aldridge from 12 feet out. And the shot no good, a bit short. San Antonio leading.
Aldridge can do so many things on a basketball floor. It shouldn't really come as a surprise when he switches his style up. Last year, I thought he played a lot more with his back to the basket.
Green passes to Bellinelli. 3 on the clock. Uses both hands to slam it down. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And And to add what you said about Aldridge, the years before his last season, he tended to face up to the basket, Clark shoot over people, which was fine as he was so gifted at it.
But I think with the change to the Blazers' offensive schemes and just the way the team wanted to approach the season, they needed more of a back-to-the-basket guy, and Aldridge was as dominant as ever stepping into that role, in addition to still being able to knock down that face-up jumper.
And Batum kicks to Aldridge. And yes, sir, that one drops. Aldridge has got 6.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for them.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here.
Kevin, we've got a moment here to take a look at what the Spurs have done as far as NBA stats go over the last month. First in field goal percentage, second in free throw percentage, and they also show up in the top 5 in assists. They've got scores, and they're a pretty good passing team as well.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
Portland trailing here. Aflalo goes in. Pass to Aldridge. From down in the low post, it goes. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height. Now, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens in Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Bellinelli dishes to Mills. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
That's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
Aflalo, no good. Now Ginobili. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Kicks it to Diaw. And that one is hammered home.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it.
It's all tied in Portland. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
You know, he spoils us with his performances game in and game out. And so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
On the court for San Antonio. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And it's Baines in the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach of the year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate